What's good with it, man? Breaking news, right? I just received some it's very unfortunate information. Again, the information I'm about to tell you, you've probably heard on other platforms. I don't know who's the first to break this information, but I was actually on another platform when it was brought to my attention, man. And unfortunately, they're putting out by some very reputable podcasts in Northern California that Little Toro has passed away, that he has died due to a stabbing. Now, I said, and I've done videos just the other day on Little Toro, and it's it's pretty sad, man. It's pretty sad that this guy was kind of going off the deep end, and truly, man, I hope it's not true, just based upon the fact that I knew this dude and I knew he was going through some issues, some family issues. I told you guys this man definitely needed a friend. I played and said he needed a hug, but what I meant was he needed a friend. He needed someone to guide him. And unfortunately, if this is true, that he has passed, then no information is being put out what city he was killed in, but we do know that he was living in the city of San Francisco. And if you remember, just this week, he was ran up on by 4 or 5 individuals, and it was kind of a standoff where police were called, 911 was dialed by, unfortunately, Little Toro, and they came. Now, Little Toro, man, is a rapper in Northern California, very well known from the 2000s. He was doing his thing, man, and unfortunately kind of lost his mind, kind of went off the mental deep end and started to just be all over the place. I had I won't say the privilege, but I had a chance to go to his house one day and have interaction, do a live with them, sit down and get to know the man and talk to him. And at that time, man, it seemed like everything was good. He seemed like a mellow person, a happy person. He had his family there in his presence. He had a nice home, a Mercedes parked in the driveway. Looked like he was doing well for himself. And prior to this engagement with the man going over there, I had heard, certain whispers and stories. And I asked him straight up, point blank, face to face, like a man, about the stories that I had heard and why he fell off, why he dropped out of the gang, and all these different things. And I got a lot of different conflicting stories. And he just told me straight up, this is what it is. This is how it is, bro. And that ain't me, right? And so I took it for what it was worth. I wasn't trying to press him. I didn't have no paperwork, nothing like that. It was kind of just like, okay. As the time that I was there progressed, I started to see him lose his mental capabilities. He started to become different, right? Different to the point of I started to become, not afraid is the word, but cautious and aware, right? And so I was supposed to stay at his pad that day. They had an extra room. His family had given me the option to stay in the extra room because I had a long drive home. I decided after when he started to lose his mind and that crazy that I was going to go and push, right? In the middle of the night, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for the hospitality, but I'm going to get on down the road. And I did that. From that point on, it seemed like his life got worse and worse, right? Now, unfortunately, if this is true, man, this is it's a sad moment. It's a sad moment because someone whose mental stability was off its rocker, who, a lot of people call him a J-Cat. I have myself, man. We had our little beef. But when someone dies, man, you let that go, okay? All debts are fulfilled. All debts are paid. If it is truly true that he got killed, then that's sad. But I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't see something coming. I just told you guys it was only a matter of time. Out there wiggling in Northern California, disrespecting Northerners, disrespecting Southsiders, it's only a matter of time before someone catches you. When you're really out there in them streets and you're catting out and you're disrespecting and you're rocking Mongolians and red T-shirts and you're all over the place, everyone's not going to forgive you. There's a lot of people, man, that are real about their shit, and they feel that you disrespected their cause, you disrespected their gente or their people. They're going to come at you. Now, again, there's no suspects in this case. I haven't even seen this case validated through through jail records or the cops pulling up to a scene. I mean, it's not been on the news. This is just an unconfirmed statement that was made on a podcast from Northern California, and it's being put out there by several different podcasters. So it's kind of like a situation where I felt I should tap in and let you guys know, man, Little Toro allegedly has passed away. It's sad. It's sad because the last thing I wanted to see was that dude go out like that. I wanted to see him get help. I wanted to see him change. I wanted to see a man of sound mind. Now, if he was of sound mind running around saying what he was saying, then you reap what you sow. You make your bed, you lay in it. But that man was not of sound mind. That man had a lot of issues and problems. Unfortunately, a lot of his family had not turned their back on him, but distanced themselves from him. He burned a lot of bridges. He burned bridges with myself, with a lot of people that were around him. Unfortunately, he leaves behind children. I met his children. They were still young. You know, that man was trying at that time when I met him to be the best father he could be. And now, unfortunately, if this is true, he can't. Okay. Again, I'm not just throwing things out there allegedly. This is something that's been put out there by other podcasts. And if it's true, I'm heartbroken for his family, man, for his children, right? The man left Earth too soon, but this is the game the hand he was dealt in, the game he played. And when you're a disrespectful person, and that's why I fucking always push respect to everybody, whether you're active, non-active, a gang member, a civilian, always respect everybody, man, because you play with the wrong one, bad things are going to happen to you. Now, it is being alleged that he was stabbed. I don't know how many times. I don't know where at, but unfortunately, if it took his life, then that means they really got him. Okay, now we know he just got into a situation with some individuals and did not leave the area. Okay, stood kind of in the same area, actually went online saying that he had found Jesus, and then went online the next day, boasting and bragging that he was still there. He was still about the business. You can't antagonize people. You can't go out there and invite the devil to your door, because he'll come knocking and he'll come in. Okay, if you open the door, the devil will come in. And unfortunately, that's what that man was doing. He was disrespecting a lot of active gang members, a lot of civilians, just a little bit of everybody, man. I got plenty of disrespect by him. And that's why, we had a war of words, but it was more like comedy hour. I knew the situations he was going through, and I knew that that fool would, out of the blue, just call me. He'd even prank call me. Gunner, what are you doing? And then hang up on me. And I was just like, man, this dude done lost it, right? I know what people say. He had those cases, right? Those very weird cases. And I'm going to stand on saying that he had that. Okay. And my interaction with him after hearing that was none other than him prank calling me, and me one time looking out for a motel room for his family because I felt bad for them. Right. But at the end of the day, man, it's a sad day for me if he's gone, because there is no more Little Toro. There is no more people making videos about Little Toro's crazy adventures and his comedy. And we can only reflect on what he has put up. Now, I hope this is a hoax. I hope people got the misinformation and the wrong information. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of valid facts in what was put out there. I'm going to read to you guys what was put out there so that way you guys know. And I want you guys to hear this. So it says, as of today, Monday, December 15th, we have gotten several unconfirmed reports, DMs, Texas, that Antonio Mariano Valdez, a.k.a. Little Toro, has passed after being stabbed. Toro, who was a rapper originally from Vacaville, but was since switched up hoods, towns, and names, was once looked at as one of Northern California's top northern rappers, but has since fell out of favor after getting beat up at a park nearly 20 years ago. He has since become more well-known for his degenerate ways, chomo convictions, snitching on several associates, and generally J-catting out. If this is true, we would like to point out Toro seemed to be suffering from schizophrenia or some kind of mental health issue. Look, that was actually an active northern podcast who put that out. So, of course, they had some harsh words for him, some harsh critiques. I get it, man. It's unfortunate that when a person passes, you should have to gangbang on them. But, hey, such is life, right? You put out there what you want to put out there. It's your content. My thing is, man, this man was suffering from mental health issues. This man was going through the motions. And if he truly was taken, it's a sad day. Of course, for a lot of people, he still had fans. He still was a good rapper, man. He still had a decent head on his shoulder. And to be truthfully honest with you guys, no one really knows his story. Okay. No one really knows, there's a lot of different paperwork. I've seen paperwork that verified that he was and did have a bad case. And I've seen paperwork saying that he didn't. So I just don't know. But at the end of the day, the paperwork that I seen that I thought, hey, I just was like, better stay away, right? Better off stay away. It's just, man, this is an unfortunate incident, man. Little Toro dead. I can't believe it. If anyone else hears about it, let us know, man. I just thought I'd put it out there. Again, this is unconfirmed, but has been put out by some reputable podcasts. So we'll just leave it like that, man. A little moment of silence for Little Toro. Damn. You know what I'm saying? We're losing people, man. Since I've started this YouTube journey right here, I've lost a lot of associates or people that I have associated with. You know what I'm saying? down like 5, 6, maybe even 7 people. And it's crazy because we all once used to converse and talk and laugh and joke, man. And now it's like people are gone, you know. Anyways, with that being said, you know, this is December 15th, 2025, and they say Little Toro was killed uh, by stabbing. It's unfortunate, man. There was a lot of people he cried out for help for, and everyone turned their back on him. This is the type of stuff that happens when you don't help people. And I know, man, we live that street criminal life, and we all have that background, and we feel some type of way about definitely SOs and all that, right? But it's like there was a lot of people out there that didn't play the game, man, that chose to turn their back on him. And, you know, by all means, I understand, man. He was a dangerous individual because he was unstable. He's gone, though, you know, allegedly. The gun.